Welcome back to Red Glases Talk. The topic today is, and will be for about 10 weeks, men and women differences. Let me tell you something, marriage is tough. I love what one guy said, when I got married, it was an ideal. Now it's turned into an ordeal, and I'm looking for a new deal. Another fellow said it this way. He said, you know, John, when my wife and I first got married, everything was wonderful. But as we were leaving the church, trouble. So I think we need to understand the fact that God created marriage, and we need to take it seriously before you get married, when you get married. So listen to this statement from a psychologist from Colorado. A marriage is basically an attempt to make two people into one, without removing or overwhelming the unique qualities of the individuals. To accomplish this task requires two people who are deeply committed to the kind of give and take that a successful marriage demands, the give and take. So basically, we're talking about an understanding of each other. When I had a great friend years ago, he's with the Lord now, and when he would do premarital counseling, at some point in the process, he would have them stand to look at each other, and she would look at him and he would look at her, and my friend would say, Jim, that is a woman. Sally, that is a man. And they kind of chuckled, but what he was trying to say was, they're different. So we're going to look at 8 major differences between men and women. There are more, but we're going to look at 8, so let's dig in. The first difference between men and women tends to be the way we communicate. So, wife who's been home all day, she's got a couple kids running around, it's been a long day, she's had thoughts of running away. This is a tough deal, raising these kids, keeping a home, etc. But anyway, by the end of the day, by the time the kids are down and he's home, they've had dinner, they're just kind of hanging out, and she wants to talk. And so she opens up with a basically harmless question. She said, how was your day? Well, this is how it went. How was your day? Did you have a good lunch? I'm having the roof reshingled with gold-plated clamshells, I remarked casually. The TV repairman is madly in love with me. We're running off together next Wednesday morning right after I get back from Weight Watchers. Talk to me, I finally shrieked. He stared at me as if I had just demanded that he shave his legs. I've been talking to you. You haven't been talking. You've been You haven't heard a word I've said, I complained. I've heard everything you said, he argued. By the way, you have lipstick on your teeth. Oh, geez. But that shows you where a man and a woman are different. One counselor said it this way, how suddenly holy wedlock can become unholy deadlock. So again, before the wedding, we don't have enough time to spend together and to talk and to say it all. We don't have enough time. After the wedding, we don't even speak the same language. It's crazy. Something has changed. Generally, and this is key, generally speaking, women talk in specifics. Men tend to talk in generalities. At a party, for example, men walk in, they see some guys they know, they might huddle up. What do they talk? What are the topics? What do they talk about? Here we go. They're kind of limited. Jokes, work, money, recreation, sex. That's it. Pretty much everything falls into one of those categories. Women, well, they will talk with great detail and feelings and attitudes. So, man takes a trip. Comes back after a couple of days from the trip. It's Friday night. His wife lays out a great dinner for him. They got candlelight. They're sitting there. They begin to eat and visit. She said, how was your trip? Oh, it's good. It's really good. Where'd you stay? Well, sweetheart, where I always stay in Chicago at the Hyatt near the airport. Oh, okay. Well, what kind of room was it? What kind of room was it? It was a basic, basic Hyatt hotel room. Well, what color were the drapes? What color were the drapes? I really don't remember. Who did you eat with? Where did you eat? What did you have to eat? Holy cow. So, by that time, the guy probably is wishing he hadn't come back. He might like to still be on the trip. So, men do not want to be exposed emotionally. So when she's asking that question, she's trying to go deeper. She just starts at that entry level of, how was your trip? Women tend to be verbal, men are not. Tend to be. Some men will talk your ear off, but they tend to be. The way we deal with conflict also is different. So I call this a domestic bind. The domestic bind. Let me read this for you. And you were going out the door one morning, and you're just going at it with your wife or your husband. Frankly, ladies, if you haven't figured it out, by the time your husband gets in his car and puts his car from reverse into drive and heads down the street, he's blown the whole deal off. He's got things to do. He's thinking about what meetings he's got. He thinks about what decisions he's got to make. And that's pretty much how he rolls. Now, how about the woman? How about the wife? Well, she's thinking about it. She's mulling it over. She's chewing on it. She keeps rehearsing it in her mind what happened. When he comes home that night, she is crouched behind the door. He opens the door and she jumps up and said, "We got to talk. We got to talk. What do we got to talk about?" And then she starts bringing up what they talked about that morning in her opinion, in an incomplete fashion. So they sit down, they begin to go over what's going on in detail. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to understand men and women are different. He's forgotten the whole deal. She's been waiting till he gets home, opens the file up, and there she goes. Men and women are different. One's not bad, one's not necessarily good. They're just different. We need to understand that. So the woman wants to talk in and out of detail. Men have no need to go into great detail, but the woman wants to talk in detail. So we need to understand that's just really how it is. If men do not let their wives talk in detail, they will file it. They will file it and share it in detail when that time is right or when they have that possibility. Somebody said it this way: whenever my wife and I get into a discussion, she gets historical. Well, you think about that one. If women do not talk it out in detail, they're not going to let go of the issue. It's going to come back up. And you can pretty well tell if she wants to talk about something. It may take a while to get it all out, but it's still there. So let me conclude by saying this. A gift of a woman to a man is learn to edit and give the Reader's Digest version. A man's gift to a woman, listen in detail. What do you think about that?